Howdy Earthlings, right as I finished up editing this video, the Toons Universe team fixed what I was going to complain about. They're getting so good at knowing what I'm going to complain about that they're fixing it before I get to complain about it. They must have seen the comments on my last video talking about the daily shop. They haven't gotten rid of the daily shop, just made it cheaper. I don't like daily shops in general, so I'm still going to complain, but ignore any price-related stuff. I also mentioned an alternative and some other stuff that the owners should still hear. Howdy Earthlings. Hate is an incredibly strong word, and I don't use it lightly. Humans have a tendency to lean towards the most extreme emotions to describe things. On the internet, you can only hate something from the very pit of your being, your very soul, or love it more than breathing itself. There isn't room for an in-between, and I think content creation is partly to blame for that. YouTubers have to use extreme emotions in order to get you to click something. But just know that when I say I hate something, I genuinely and very seriously mean it. I can't believe I'm going to have to do this, but I might actually have to wear my angry face for this video. There we go. There's only one thing that I hate about Toons Universe, which is why this video is so short. But that thing that I hate is the daily shop. I think most will agree with me on this. Daily shops are one of the worst and most exploitative practices in games monetization. Devs and owners, stick around for this one, because near the end I'm going to give you a few alternatives. Anyway, I understand and have defended Roblox monetization for devs in the past. The devs are all adults who could be working full-time jobs, and instead they're making games for us. They use electricity, internet, time, and owners hire people and pay for advertising. All of this costs money. It is not free to make these games that we play for free. Even if it didn't cost money, if you're making anything, you shouldn't feel afraid to ask for support back. Roblox unfortunately doesn't make this monetization process much easier for everyone. Devs feel forced to use scummy practices through Roblox pressuring them, the mobile market. They also take a massive 70% cut of any income that would be made through Roblox. Not just the upfront cut that you get from buying the Robux, but from the additional cuts that they take through transfer fees. Just devs getting their money costs them money to do it. Here on YouTube, they don't charge me for transfers, and they only take 30% from supers and members. So when someone takes 70% of your paycheck and you have employees and a family, you might feel pressured to inadvertently use or abuse exploitative monetization practices without realizing how bad they are. Devs and owners, you shouldn't feel bad for needing to make money off your game. You have a right to make what you love and get paid for it. There's YouTubers that I've given advice to and stuff like that I've told them like, hey, you should monetize. Ads suck, but anyone who really cares about ads is using a blocker anyway. There are some people out there that absolutely refuse to monetize their content, and it's like, you should. It's taking you money to make that. Anyway, you should have a right to make what you love and get paid for it, but there's always a but, right? There's always a but. But using exploitative monetization practices suck. Also, just because Fortnite does it doesn't mean it's good or okay. So let's talk about the daily shop. The daily shop is a limited time shop where multiple items like skins and auras are available for purchase. Right now we have the Passion Fanta Fantasia skin for 250 Robux, Punk Fizzle, and a variety of auras. Every day this shop is supposed to change and show a new list of cosmetics. Today the skin you want is there, but tomorrow it won't be. You could wait and save up and get it later, but who knows when any of these will be available in the shop again. It might not even be in the shop on one of the days that I can actually play. My birthday's on the 2nd. I'm not going to want to be playing Roblox during my birthday. I also can't play on weekends because that's family time. Oh no, if I don't buy it now, I won't ever see it in the shop again, will I? I better buy the Passion Fanta skin before I never see it again. The other scenario is with the ones we can earn, like Punk Fizzle. 3,000 Malachor is a lot of Malachor, and if this is changing daily, then I feel pressured to get it now while I have the Malachor, even though I've been saving for Selena. Do I save for Selena or buy Punk Fizzle? If I didn't have the Malachor, I'm then in a bad spot too. It's impossible to earn 2,500 Malachor in a single day, even if I played all day and optimally. It's just not possible. This is going to result in unhealthy gaming lifestyles by exploiting human psychology through something called FOMO, or the fear of missing out. The fear of missing out was a term created in the early 2000s to refer to the addictive nature of social media. I once had a social media addiction via Twitter. Thankfully, Elon Musk made me hate the site enough to quit cold turkey and get better. Now I'm just addicted to YouTube like most people. Anyway, even if you're not the sort to have an addictive personality, humans are very vulnerable to psychological manipulation. I don't think the devs are doing it on purpose to be exploitative. I think there are a couple reasons why they're doing it though. The first is of course to keep the lights on. Toons Universe had to be bought from its original owners, the Cookie Runner Kingdom's people, and staff was changed. That's not cheap, and they have to worry about continuing to pay their staff. Second, they see other games doing this and think it's either a cool or okay to use feature. Like Fortnite and Call of Duty have these limited time shops, so it's probably okay. No one likes the daily shops. We just don't bother complaining to Epic or Activision because we know they're money-grubbing assholes who'd never listen to us. But TU staff actually listen. That's why I made this video, because there's a chance you'll listen and get rid of it. Third, look at the daily shop. This is a lot of items already. Making the daily shop is likely easier for them right now because they haven't had the time to make a good and easy to browse shop like something we'd see on Dolly's Factory. Think about there being a page with the aura effects today. There is 6 in the shop, but months from now there'll probably be so many that it won't be easy to browse. So a single daily page that changes is probably easier for them. The fourth reason is they likely think that this will result in more sales, but I'm telling you right now that when players don't like a feature, they associate that feeling with the game. They might drop off the game assuming the whole thing is exploitative, or they'll reject the shop entirely and won't buy from it in general. You might not be intending for it to be exploitative, but this feature is inherently exploitative. This feature won't make people stick around and might even make some people drop off the game before even giving it a fair chance. People who play games in this genre are all coming from games where these exploitative practices aren't used other than just holiday FOMO. I hate the idea of having to wait a year just to unlock a rabbit that poops a chocolate cake. Call me Scrooge the way I'm humbugging on these holidays. Now, I do have some suggestions that I think will make everyone happy. You don't have to get rid of the daily shop, you don't even have to entirely get rid of the FOMO. We can have our cake pooped by a rabbit and eat it too. Step 1. Make a shop that displays all of the cosmetics available for purchase. Step 2. Change the daily shop to a weekly deals shop. Items for sale in this shop would be on sale for 15 to 35% off. Step 3. Open up a Patreon so we can send you money directly instead of buying Robux. You could give out supporter badges above the names and even a special patrons only aura. In the Discord, you can make a patrons only chat too. People will buy it. I have dozens of patrons and all they get is their name read aloud by me at the end of every video. People want to support you, make it easier to do so. Also, Patreon only takes like 15% or so you'll make a larger cut than from Robux. Also, a lot of us are refusing to spend money on Robux, so we are begging for alternative ways to give you money. Please let us give you money, damn it. That's it. There is still some FOMO involved, but this is way less exploitative because the items themselves aren't limited time only. If the sale ends, players can still go to the regular shop and pay full price. This means if they don't have the Malachor today, they have a chance to earn it by the end of the week. And if not, they can buy it normally through the cosmetic shop later. When you make new cosmetics, you can make them appear in this weekly shop first as a timed exclusive, then when it ends, put them in the regular shop. Both Dandy's World and Dolly's Factory have shops you can buy from year-round except holidays. You're trying to not be like them, which I get, but using an exploitative shop is not the right way to go about being different. You're going to be compared to these games no matter what, but this is the one comparison that you will always lose on. No one wants the daily shop. Please let us buy what we want, when we want. I'm just so tired of FOMO garbage. I'm a Magic the Gathering player, and if there's one thing I know all too well about, it's FOMO abuse. Wizards of the Coast releases these limited time card drops called Secret Lairs, and they're always really cool, and I never have the money for them. Then when I finally do, they've gone up in price 3 times by resellers. Thanks for watching, and thanks to the supporters on Patreon and YouTube who pay me to say their names aloud, like Nightmare Wuna, Freya Games, Gezro, Am, Nevazy, Aspen Artist Paper, Fey Penguin, Momentary Unicorn, Nat, Marius Yini, Worm Syrup, Rask, Beef, Colorado Blue, Vaderson, Linky, Addy14, The Ace of Raccoons, Blackjack, Rask again, Willie Pete, TG Dante, Linky again, Astro Pixie YT, and Malding Brick. I'll see y'all later. I have to go polish T-Bo's bald head. Bye.